The gym went dead silent the moment Ty Pitbull Rager threw his gloves at Jason Statham's feet and barked, "Fight me, Hollywood, or walk out like a coward." Jason didn't move. Not yet. Just minutes earlier, the mood had been different. Jason stood quietly against the wall at Apex MMA, a black hoodie pulled up, calm amid the chaos. Fighters grunting, pads slamming, cameras rolling for a local fight documentary. Across the room, a wiry 17-year-old named Raul struggled through, footwork drills awkward and out of rhythm while his coach mindlessly scrolled Instagram. Jason stepped forward, voice low but firm. "Lift your rear heel. Breathe slower. Pivot." Raul blinked in surprise but obeyed, and immediately his movement smoothed. Across the mat, Ty saw it. His ego boiled. He ripped off his mitts, stomped over and snapped, "You coaching kids now, movie man?" Jason stayed cool. "Just helping." "Him stay upright." Ty laughed coldly, stepping in close, his voice sharp. "You think your black belt means anything here?" Jason met his glare without flinching. "Then teach your fighters like it matters." The words hit Ty harder than any punch. His smirk dropped. The gym fell silent. Without warning, Ty hurled his gloves at Jason's feet. "Let's see if you fight as good as you talk." Phones lifted. Breath held. Jason knelt calmly, picked up the gloves, and stood. His cold stare sliced straight through Ty's swagger. "You're about to get a lesson Hollywood never taught you. Cue the silence. Cue the fear. Cue the fight. Before we jump into the face-off, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment where you're watching from. You won't want to miss Jason Statham's showdown against the cocky MMA champ. Meanwhile, inside Apex MMA, the smell of sweat, canvas, and blood hung thick in the gritty Vegas gym, known for forging local beasts into cage legends. Heavy bags swung on their chains. The air cracked with the sound of pad work. A Bluetooth speaker pumped bass under a chorus of grunts and barked commands. Near the octagon, a film crew captured footage for an underground docu-series centered on Apex's poster boy, Ty Pitbull Rager, local champ, undefeated, loud, built like a tank up, but Jason Statham wasn't there for the cameras. He slipped in unnoticed, hoodie up, posture relaxed but ready. No entourage, no press, just a man who respected the grind. Against the far wall, he watched the chaos until he noticed Raul, 17, thin, bruised forearms, sweat dripping, as he stumbled through footwork drills in front of a cracked mirror. His coach barely paid attention, muttering again, without looking up from his phone. Jason stepped closer, respectful but direct. "Shift your rear heel. Keep your weight under you." Raul blinked up at him. "Sir?" "Try it. You'll feel the difference." Raul adjusted, and suddenly his movement clicked. His eyes lit up. Across the room, Ty spotted it. Mid-rap, he froze. His gaze locked onto Jason. Without a word, Ty tore off his wraps and stormed across the mat, a pit bull off-leash. "You holding a class now?" he barked. Jason turned slowly. "Just helping," he said. Ty scoffed, sizing him up. "Helping? In my gym? Touching my fighters without asking?" Jason stayed steady. "Kid needed one tip. That's all." Ty stepped in closer, veins bulging at his temples. "You think that black belt makes you somebody here?" Jason tilted his head slightly. "I think it matters when a kid is trying and nobody's helping him." The gym's pulse dropped. Music faded under the tension. Fighters paused mid-sparring. Phones angled to record. Jason didn't move. Raul shrank back. Ty dropped his gloves. The sound echoed like a thunderclap across the gym. "Then let's see if you can teach me something, movie man." Jason stood unmoving, unblinking. The entire gym already knew. This wasn't just sparring. This was war. The gloves lay between them like a drawn line in the sand. All eyes locked on Jason, and, without a word, he stepped forward. In the shadows, wide-eyed coaches leaned over the ropes. Some fighters whispered, others raised their phones. Ty's ego filled the room like thick smoke. Jason didn't pick up the gloves. Not yet. Ty paced like a caged predator. "Come on, man," he sneered. "You walk in here with your hoodie and movie lines thinking you're better than us?" He motioned around the room. "You think that Hollywood black belt means anything on real mats?" Jason's voice stayed low, measured. "I didn't come here to fight." Ty leaned in, teeth bared. "You already did." Jason's jaw twitched. Across the room, Raoul looked up, barely breathing. "Sir." "You don't have to," Raoul said, almost a whisper. Jason raised a hand, not in anger, just calm, absolute control. Then Ty made his move. He shoved Jason hard. Jason staggered back one step, not from force but respect for distance. The silence cracked. Someone gasped. A water bottle clattered to the floor. Jason looked down slowly, then back up, his eyes hard. "You really want this?" he asked, voice like steel wrapped in velvet. Ty smirked. "I want everyone to see it." The words echoed. Phones came up higher. One guy whispered, "We're about to watch Ty drop Statham in 30 seconds. Jason didn't. Blink. He reached down, picked up the gloves, and pulled them on. No flexing. No hype. Just readiness. Ty jogged back into the cage, motioning for the bell to ring, official or not. This wasn't sanctioned. This was personal, raw, unscripted. Jason stepped in. No tension now. Just two men, one fueled by pride, the other by ruthless, disciplined calm. The cage door shut behind them with a metallic click. Ty bounced on his heels, grinning like a wolf. "Let's see if your chin's real. Or just edited in post." Jason nodded once. "Let's." The crowd pressed in tight, the whole gym holding its breath. Ty Pitbull Rager coiled inside the cage, muscles gleaming under the harsh lights, flexing, stalking. Eyes locked on Jason with the arrogance of a man who had never tasted loss. Jason stood still, relaxed, hood down, shoulders loose, ready. Fighters, trainers, phones, all locked on. Most expected a quick finish. The imaginary bell rang, in everyone's head, and Ty exploded forward. A snapping jab shot out. Jason slipped it, easy. But Ty wasn't pacing himself. He followed with a brutal low kick that cracked against Jason's thigh, the sound making even a heavyweight wince. Jason adjusted his stance, cool and calculating. "Come on, movie star," Ty hissed, launching. Another kick, a teep to the body. Jason grunted, blocked with his elbow, but the force shoved him back a step. Ty pressed. A left hook, clean. A right uppercut grazed Jason's chin, enough to rock him slightly. Jason's jaw tightened. Ty surged again. Two jabs, a vicious low calf kick, then a spinning back fist that nearly clipped Jason's temple. Jason ducked late. Not too late, but close. "Not used to guys that hit back, huh?" Ty barked. Jason circled left, breathing slow. His left arm hung loose. A trap, but Ty, cocky and confident, didn't see it. He jabbed again, then fired a side kick to the gut. Jason blocked, but the foot landed partially. He staggered half a step. Ty pointed, grinning. "He's hurt." The crowd tensed. Phones locked in. Jason rolled his shoulders once, silent, unshaken. A red streak of blood now ran from his jaw down, to his collar. Ty saw it and closed fast, throwing knees. One caught Jason's side. Another was blocked, but it shoved Jason against the cage wall. Ty pinned him, grinding an elbow into his shoulder, trying to break down his base. Jason absorbed it all, silent, calculating. Ty backed off for a second, then spun into a wild hook. Jason ducked, barely. Ty's boot caught Jason's ribs from the side, a clean, thudding shot. Jason stumbled. A coach near the cage whispered, "This might actually happen. He's going to get dropped." Someone whispered it, but Ty felt it too. He could taste the end. He moved in for the kill. But Jason, he breathed, right there, mid-pressure, absorbing every rib-cracking kick, every sneer from the crowd. He breathed deep through the pain. And in that breath, everything changed. Ty swung again, a heavy hook meant to end it. But Jason wasn't absorbing anymore. He was calculating. The moment Ty's shoulder rolled forward, Jason snapped a jab straight into his throat. Not hard, just sharp enough to make Ty flinch. A half-second opening. That's all Jason needed. He pivoted left, driving a right cross into Ty's liver. Ty gasped, his body betraying him. Another jab, then another. Ty's defense cracked like splintering glass. Jason, calm and surgical, unleashed a lead elbow that slashed open Ty's eyebrow. Blood sprayed. Ty stumbled back, blinking through. Red, but Jason didn't let him breathe. 1-2. Jab, jab. Then a brutal low kick to the calf. Ty's leg buckled. Jason circled, relentless, still calm, but now radiating danger. Ty screamed, rage breaking through fear, and launched a wild right hook. Jason slipped inside it effortlessly and drove a thunderous knee into Ty's gut. Ty folded, gasping. Jason twisted, swept Ty's legs clean, and slammed him into the mat. The gym gasped as one. Jason backed off, hands low, giving Ty space. Not mercy, discipline. The fight wasn't over. Ty struggled to his feet, blood dripping from his brow, his breathing ragged. Jason raised his left hand, feinting. Ty flinched. Jason struck. Fake jab. Real right elbow. Crack. Straight to the temple. Ty stumbled, blinking, disoriented. Jason stepped in close. Quiet. Just for Ty to hear. Not so loud now, are you? Then came the final storm. A low kick, snapping Ty's calf. A vicious liver hook. Ty groaned. Jason grabbed Ty's wrist mid-swing, twisted, and shoulder threw him into the mat again. Ty rolled, desperate, but Jason was already there. Crouched beside him. A storm coiled into human form. He yanked Ty up just enough, then launched a brutal, jaw-snapping right hook. Boom. Ty's legs folded. His body slumped sideways, crumpling to the blood-streaked mat. The gym went dead silent. Jason stood over him, sweat dripping, brow bleeding, heart rate steady. No posing, no shouting, just presence. Then the chaos broke. Cheers, shouts, phones flashing. Jason didn't raise his arms, didn't flex for the cameras. He simply looked around the stunned gym, then walked, calm and certain, over to Raul, still frozen wide-eyed near the cage wall. Jason leaned in slightly and said, "Now that was a real lesson in footwork." The gym stood suspended, trapped, between awe and disbelief. Seconds stretched into minutes. Ty Rager's body lay still on the mat, blood trailing from his battered face, chest heaving. The confidence that had filled him just moments ago, gone. Obliterated. Jason remained in the center of it all, bruised but balanced. Blood soaked into the collar of his hoodie. He didn't glance down at Ty. He looked out, at every fighter who had doubted him, at every coach who had scoffed at him as just a movie star, at every young fighter pressed against the walls who now stared in awe. Jason's breath slowed, his fists relaxed. Across the cage, Raul clutched a sweat-stained towel like a flag, his face lit with something between reverence and shock. Jason caught the boy's wide gaze and then gave him a single nod. Nothing flashy, just warrior to student. This is how it's done. Trainers finally rushed to Ty, rolling him onto his back, fanning his face. A medic knelt beside them. Ty groaned once, barely conscious. His corner, once loud, now silent, avoided eye contact as they hauled him out of the cage. Shoulders slumped, pride shattered. Phones stayed up for a while longer. But slowly they lowered. There was nothing more to film. Jason stepped down from the mat. No roar of triumph. No victory pose. The gym manager, the one who had waved him off as just another Hollywood visitor, stood frozen at the door, mouth half open. Jason passed him without a glance. He walked down the cool hallway, silence trailing behind him like a loyal shadow, and disappeared through the exit. No interviews, no flex, no victory roar, just truth, delivered. The dust settled, but the impact lingered, thick in the air. What remained wasn't an image of a man standing tall, but the lesson he left behind. True strength never announces itself. It doesn't wear ego like armor. It doesn't punch for attention. It moves with precision. It speaks only when it must, and it strikes only when the moment demands it. Jason Statham hadn't come looking for a fight. But when one was forced on him, he showed the difference between a fighter who performs and a fighter who endures. Ty yelled. Jason listened. Ty flexed. Jason focused. Ty fought to prove something. Jason fought because someone needed to, and the gym. They wouldn't remember the knockout because it looked cool on a screen. They would remember it because of what it meant. Respect isn't demanded. It isn't screamed for. It isn't posted online. It's earned, quietly, brutally, absolutely. As the last phones lowered and stunned whispers passed between fighters and trainers alike, one truth settled over the gym like a final breath. The quietest fighter in the room is usually the one you should fear most.